Working on this house was almost like, I suppose, giving birth. It was really the realization of our vision and our dream. Working with Art Hoy was an incredible experience. He's really so gifted and talented.
It is my design process to begin something talking about big ideas, things that are not tangible, not necessarily functionality, but how do you want the space to make you feel?
When it came to the overall vision of the house, one of the main criteria was that the house didn't stand out in the neighborhood.
They wanted to be sensitive to the context of the neighborhood, and so they didn't want to build a gigantic structure. So what we did was we tore down the rental house, and now that we had one property, we were able to connect multiple structures. And at the same time, the scale and the texture of the neighborhood and the streetscape remained as it was before.
I think it's contemporary, but as much as anything, it was something that would blend in and would be reflective in a more subdued, appropriate way.
But there was a bigger idea about creating a peaceful refuge in the city. And that's really what the design charge was.
We wanted to be close enough to downtown where Sharon's business is, and we probably couldn't afford a mountain home, so we kind of created the mountain atmosphere here. So we had the best of both worlds.
We also wanted a place where we could entertain and be with our friends and family. It's a fun atmosphere and a very comfortable place for people to be. We're still in the middle of Denver and in the city, and this is incredibly convenient to getting to downtown.
It is a peaceful refuge in the city, and I think that is endearing to a lot of people. And I think it's very special because of that. You don't find that in custom home designs.
We've been fortunate to travel around the world, and some of the most impressive and favorite places that we visited are the Asian countries. And the Japanese architecture just really speaks to us. It's wonderfully easy to enjoy and appreciate style, and it blends well with other kinds of architecture, and especially with nature. We love the gardens, we love the water, we love the simple design.
The home and the garden are one. So we consciously designed the spaces between the buildings, crafted them, and they're outdoor rooms. It's garden space, but they're outdoor rooms.
I really appreciate and need natural light. This house really celebrates and invites the outdoors in. That kind of architecture is really important. One of the really important architectural elements of this house is a bridge that connects the two parts or the two pavilions together. A pavilion that is more the public side of the house, where the kitchen and the dining area and the patio and entertainment takes place, and the private side of the house, which is the master bedroom and bath and maybe a more private, peaceful side of the house, if you will. And the bridge is actually a bridge over a pond where there are koi swimming beneath. So it is quite an unusual feature and something that we particularly enjoy.
Every day, you start the day by leaving the master suite and walking through the garden. Then every day, you finish the day by walking through the garden. And so it's a very small piece of architecture, but it's very big and powerful because of that.
Well, probably the most unusual thing about the property is the 4 ponds,
Yes.
because nobody expects that.
And the waterfalls. And of course, along with the ponds come the koi. They're amazingly pretty easy to care for in terms of feeding them, and during the winter they just hang out. You don't feed them, you don't have to worry about them. They're just sort of delightful, and they add, I think, to the atmosphere and the theme of this property. Another very unusual feature is that we have a sunroom that doubles as an office and as could be an activity center, could be an artist studio.
It's very transparent. The skylight allows you to see, the passage of time throughout the day, but it also floats over the top of the structure. The structure is independent of the glass, so it gives you a very lofty feeling.
The natural light is incredible.
When you're looking at the property and you can see the whole property from the second story, it feels like you're in a treehouse.
Jerry has worked tirelessly on the garden over the years, to the point that people stop on as they're passing by and ask who our gardener is, and he has to say, well, it's me, of course.
My goal was to have color on the outside year-round, and especially in the warm months, we've got something blooming every season.
It's a bittersweet situation, really, because we've loved
really
it
is.
so much, and we love living here. We think that there might be another chapter in our lives ahead of us, so letting someone else live in this home and love it as much as we have seems like the right thing to do.
To the new owners, I would say you are getting a very treasured place.
Whoever buys a house is not getting just a house, but a house and a lifestyle.
I think it'll fit the lifestyle of a lot of families, and I think people will fall in love with the place.